Good evening, 6 o'clock here at WDBO. Hey, the WDBO payroll payout is back. Download our app now so you don't miss your next chance at winning $1,000. That's coming up Monday at 8 a.m., where you could get paid just for listening to WDBO. Our top story, a day of cleanup in parts of Florida devastated by a tornado. Fox Weather's Brandy Campbell reports from the Panhandle community, Hosford, west of Tallahassee.
We have the forestry team out here. They came out to clear some of the trees, really just clear a pathway for people to at least get into their homes here. So that's what we're seeing today, as well as power restoration here in Hosford. A lot of these trees, the tops of them were capped off, a lot of debris that came from these homes as well. So extensive damage for people to deal with here. The sheriff, I spoke with him and he said it's potentially between 30 and 50 homes and businesses that were impacted. And unfortunately, there's more bad weather to come tomorrow.
House Republicans say their new legislation on border security will be up for a vote in the House the same week that Title 42 ends. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan tells Fox's The Story with Martha McCallum. The bill addresses the issue of unaccompanied minors entering the United States.
The Biden administration has lost track of 85,000 kids, 85,000 children. That is unacceptable. That is wrong. That is sad. That is terrible. But that is the end result of their crazy policy. And again, that's not Jim Jordan numbers. The New York Times reported those 85,000 kids that they have no idea where they're at.
The Homeland Security Department says it's prepping for a border surge following Title 42's expiration by creating asylum application centers in Central America and reiterating that the border is closed. Your next chance to win $1,000 with the WDBO payroll payout coming up Monday at 8 a.m. Make sure you have that WDBO app downloaded where you could get paid just for listening to WDBO. 6:02 here.
So can you guys hear us on the stream now? Paul, can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you.
Can you?
Laurel,
can you hear me?
Paul, you can hear me? I can't hear Paul. What does this mean? I don't know.
Oh, I can hear him.
I don't know sign language. Is that yes? Ooh.
So yeah, you're not going to be able to hear Paul because you have to listen to either on air or the stream. You can only hear me because I'm talking to you in your feedback queue. So you won't be able to hear Paul.
It's all very confusing. What's that?
Joe is the only one who cannot hear me, right?
Correct. I can hear you.
Yeah, you don't hear Ronald because Ronald's not talking.
No, but I mean, I can hear everybody.
It's because in Joe's studio, he can only listen to on air or his computer. It's like one or the other. And so he has to listen to on air, obviously, so he knows when to talk. So
that's listening to on air is overrated.
That's what I think too. Forget it. We'll wing it.
See, eventually, if I'm going to be doing this with you guys with the screen, I want to have a camera I can take and turn around and show the crash I'm looking at and things like that.
That would be cool.
But
yeah.
But I can't do any of that right now because it's stuck to my laptop.
Yeah. More kinks to work out.
Eventually,
That's
I'll
all.
get there.
Hey, where are we with regards to the launches tonight?
That's a mighty fine question, sir.
Because one of them was supposed to be at 5:42 p.m. and then one at 7:29 p.m.
So I'll tell you what kind of day it's been so far. I'm
please?
drinking decaf coffee right now.
Oh, boy.
What?
Paul needs decaf coffee.
Oh, yeah, I get that. Okay. I presume it's very cloudy outside. Can you go look in my window and see if it's cloudy outside? I know that it is. Okay, never mind. You don't have to go look. You don't have to go look. It is. Yeah. Sit down. You're fine.
Tell them it's sunny in Lake Mary.
It's sunny in Lake Mary, Paul says. Not helpful
I'm
here.
just trying. I've got a lot going on over here. I'm just trying to make sure I don't mess anything up. So please forgive me. I'm just trying to make sure this goes off right. Okay, we are T-minus 6 minutes away from a launch, which we're going to take live. If you can tell Paul.
Paul can hear you. You can't hear him.
Hey, Monchi. Baytown, Texas. Hey, Mark, how are you? I've been to Baytown. Isn't that where the Battleship Texas is? I believe it is. Ugh. Well, it is finally Friday night. We've got the gang all gathered here tonight for our Friday night fun and games. It has been a long, challenging week for everybody. And on Friday nights, when you're driving home to go see your family, when you want to just get a hug from the kids or a hug from your dog or your cat, or maybe just crash on the couch, the last thing you want to do is be stressed out by all kinds of intense political discussions. So we on Friday nights like to unwind a little bit, loosen up our ties, if we're wearing ties and all. And we try to have a little bit of fun. Now, tonight, we do have a couple of launches that are expected tonight. The first one was supposed to go off at 5:12 p.m., but it didn't happen at 5:12 p.m. But at the current moment, it is T-minus 3 minutes away from a launch, and we are monitoring the SpaceX channel. If you want to be able to see the launch, we are incorporating it in our live video feed that is on our Facebook page. So just check out the WDBO Facebook page right now, where you'll be able to see us behind the scenes. You've got me there on camera. Laura Lee is, of course, there. And we've added Paul Cross and Ronald to our video stream as well. So several people have asked in the comments section, who are the new guys? It literally says their names right there on the screen. So there's Ronald and Paul. Arushi is also joining us, but we don't yet have a camera for Arushi. Arushi, I'm sorry, we don't have a camera for you yet.
I am offended by it.
Yeah, we'll get one. Hang on. Cameras are very expensive. They can cost tens of 20s of dollars. So we don't have an extra camera just yet, but we are working on it. We're watching this launch again. We're now T-minus 2 minutes away from the launch. It is incredibly cloudy today. It is not stormy at all, which is nice. There are storms further south towards Palm Bay, but we got lucky today and don't have a whole lot of problems with regards to storms. Let's go ahead and knock out our traffic, Paul Cross, if we can. We've got 1 minute and 40 seconds left until this launch. I bet you can knock out your traffic in that time. Go ahead.
I most definitely can. We do have a crash. It's still there on the 417 southbound before University Toll Plaza. Got a couple of road rangers there as well. It's a smashed up solo crash. So this car is facing the wrong way on the right shoulder. They had the two right lanes shut down. They moved them over to the right shoulder now, and all the traffic is moving up to speed again. We do have another problem here in Seminole County, 436 eastbound at Balmy Beach Drive with two right lanes shut down. This report sponsored by Wendy's $3 breakfast deal. Get the Wendy's $3 breakfast deal. Choose either the bacon or sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, plus a small seasoned potatoes for just $3. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. From the WDBO Triple Team Traffic Center, I'm Paul Cross.
All right, my friends, we're about less than a minute away from the launch. Yeah, this is SpaceX. This is the launch of a Falcon 9. This is the SES-03B mPOWER mission to medium Earth orbit from the Launch 40.
-15 seconds. -10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
You know, we
2,
don't see it on the
1.
Facebook feed, do we?
Ignition, engine full power, and go. Falcon 9 and SES-03B mPOWER.
There it is.
The rocket has cleared the tower.
Stage
So
1.
far, it looks great. Just very cloudy. This rocket is going to disappear into the clouds before you know it. You're not going to be able to see it. And there it goes. Now, the first stage booster is scheduled to land back at
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off of Pad 40 at Cape Canaveral.
It will land on a barge out in the
Station
Atlantic.
carrying the O3B mPOWER payload. During ascent, we tilt the engines, technically called gimbling, and this turns the rocket horizontally in what we call a gravity turn.
Supersonic.
You heard that call out that the vehicle is now supersonic, and we will be throttling the engines down in preparation for a max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure, in just a couple seconds.
Max Q.
It's been a stellar launch here from SpaceX. Everything seems to be nominal. They're passing.
And we passed through max Q, and the rocket typically needs to go 17,500 miles per hour horizontally in order to avoid being pulled back down to Earth. You heard the call out that MVAG engine chill has
17,500 miles
begun.
an hour, so
This
about
is
the
in
speed of the
preparation
I-4
for
express
3
lane.
events coming up in quick succession, which is main engine cutoff, stage separation, and second engine startup 1. These 3 events will all be happening in about 30 seconds here, starting with main engine cutoff of those first stage engines that you can see on your screen right now.
6:14 the time right now. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Hopefully we'll catch the landing of the booster on the barge out in the Atlantic. And then there's another launch scheduled in about an hour and 15 minutes from now. It's a busy night at the Space Coast. We will keep you updated. Stay with us right here on WDBO. You can check out the video on the WDBO Facebook page right now.
Bico.
Oh, la, 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 la. All right. We'll keep the video of the rocket up there so it lands. That is so
And there you heard and saw
cool
those three events
watching that.
happening back to back: main engine
Glad
cutoff,
that
stage
happens.
separation, and that second engine startup one of our second
The stage
stage.
booster is already off.
You can see those grid fins on the first stage deploying as the first stage begins to make its way back down to Earth. Now, the next event in just a few seconds here will be fairing separation, where the two halves of the fairings will separate to reveal our O3B mPOWER satellites.
Fairing separation confirmed.
There is that confirmation of fairing separation, and we will be attempting to retrieve these fairing halves again today once they fall back down to Earth using our recovery vessel, Bob. It's T plus 3 minutes and 50 seconds here into today's mission, and we are in the first of two planned MVAC burns for satellite deployment.
Acquisition of signal, Bermuda.
In about 2.5 minutes here at T plus 6 minutes and 30 seconds, you should see on your screen the first stage's entry burn. Now for this entry burn, we relight 3 of the M1D engines, starting with the center E9 engine, followed shortly by the E1 and E5 engines, which are all in a row.
And we're
This
coming out of
entry
spots
burn
going
will slow the
to
vehicle
weather
as
and
it
traffic,
passes
correct,
down
Ronald?
into the Earth's atmosphere. Beautiful views from the first and second stages on your screen. Now the first stage is making its way back down, preparing for its entry burn. We need to perform this entry burn to help reduce re-entry forces on the first stage, which will help us recover and reuse the booster. Now again, during the re-entry burn, the first stage on the left will decelerate by firing its Merlin engines. It'll fire 3 out of the 9 engines, and this will actually cause the vehicle to fly down through the plume, which will deposit some of that soot back onto Falcon 9.
I thought
Beautiful views from the first and second stage. Again, that second stage is in the first of 3 planned burns, carrying our 2 O3B mPOWER satellites. And the first stage is coming down, awaiting the start of its entry burn at T plus 6 minutes and 30 seconds. This will be about a 20-second entry burn. You can see the speed.
The market is closing out April strong. All 3 major indices ended the month in green. The Dow finished April with its best month since January. 3 soldiers are dead after 2 Army helicopters crashed in midair in Alaska. One other soldier was injured and is being treated at the hospital. The Apache helicopters went down Thursday about 100 miles south of their home base in Fort Wainwright, Alaska. Music lovers' last chance to vote for the newest members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is today. This year's nominees include George Michael, Cyndi Lauper, Iron Maiden, Warren Zevon, the Spinners, Willie Nelson, and Kate Bush. The final list of inductees will be announced sometime next month.
Usability is key to lowering the cost of spaceflight, which enables more investments in things like critical scientific research. Now, the Falcon 9 first stage that's supporting today's mission just performed its entry burn for the second time after previously having supported the Crew 6 launch just last month.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well, the camera went out on the first stage booster, so I don't know if it has landed successfully or not. I'm Joe Kelley. Friday night here, we have the whole gang here with us. And on Friday nights, we like to play our trivia questions. And if you want to be able to play along at home and you can watch along at home, just check out the WDBO Facebook page and you'll be able to see everybody behind the scenes, everybody except Arushi. For some reason, we don't have a camera on Arushi, but we'll get that figured out at some point. We're still getting everything ready for Monday's launch. I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, but starting Monday, we're gonna rebrand the show and we're gonna add an hour to it. So the Joe Kelley Show starts 5 to 7 p.m. Monday. That'll be 5 to 7 p.m. weeknights starting Monday right here on WDBO, and you will be able to watch us on video as well behind the scenes here. Some days we look okay, some days we look dreadful. Some of us look better than others. I'll let you be the judge of that. Shall we start our trivia tonight, friends? Are you guys all ready?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, so this is going to be our generational trivia tonight, and there are three of us old guys and one very young, one middle young. So we'll see how it goes here tonight.
I will take it.
You're middle young, Arushi. All right, Laurel, you're up first with your question. What is your question for us?
This TV character's two favorite hangouts are a Boston bar and a Seattle coffee shop.
I got it.
Is it supposed to be a cartoon?
No.
No, it's not a cartoon.
Can you
It's
ask the
a TV
question?
character.
Can you ask the question again?
This TV character's two favorite hangouts are a Boston bar and a Seattle coffee shop.
Okay, I think I know who this is. So let's go with Arushi first.
Okay, Derek Shepherd from Grey's Anatomy.
Great answer. Is that right?
No, was Grey's Anatomy on in the 90s?
Oh, that's a good question.
I didn't even think about that.
Probably. It's been on forever. I think it's been on since the 60s, honestly.
2005.
Do you know Ronald? Paul Cross?
Frasier.
Yeah, that was my guess, is Frasier.
Very good, both of you, yes.
Because the radio station is in Seattle, and of course he used to hang out at the bar at Cheers. So
with his dreadful wife Lilith.
Yeah, by the way, she is supposed to be on. They're doing a reboot of Frasier, and Lilith, the woman who plays Lilith, is supposed to be a part of that. All right, Arushi, what is your question for us old folks?
Okay. What burger flipping showbiz family includes brothers Donnie, Mark, and Paul?
I feel like that's too easy.
Should I have gone with a harder one?
Yeah, you probably. Paul, do you know that one too?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the Wahlbergs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wahlburgers.
All right. Ronald, do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't have questions.
Okay, so I've got questions. Okay, are you guys ready? Who hosted TV's Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous? Arushi, I'll start with you.
Andy Cohen.
It's a great look. I love that you're guessing. These are great guesses. No, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Laurel, do you know?
Oh, I can hear his voice in my head, but no,
right?
I don't know.
Let's see. Ronald, do you know?
Robin something.
Paul Cross, I know you know.
Robin Leach.
That's right. With champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
Caviar dreams, yep.
Yes, Robin Leach. Laurel, next question.
The Kardashians' father, Robert, is a defense attorney who was arguably his most notorious client.
I know this one.
Yeah, we all know this one. Arushi doesn't.
Yeah.
Wait, repeat it again. I bet you I'm gonna get it. Wait, is it? Okay, go ahead.
What's the question?
The Kardashians' father, Robert, is a defense attorney who was arguably his most notorious client.
I know this one. O.J. Simpson, and you need to give me points for that, mister.
Is he a defense attorney? Oh, he was. I thought he was dead.
I thought he was dead also.
He is.
He might be dead.
I know
now.
Johnny Cochran is dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
Google.
Kardashian's dead too.
Is Robert Kardashian dead?
Yes.
Robert Kardashian died in Los Angeles on September 30th, 2003.
Oh, so Alexa explained too?
Yeah, it's Google Home, but yeah,
Google Home?
Google's playing too. So yeah,
But
Google.
can we just appreciate the fact that I finally got one after about what 4 months of playing this game?
Is that your first win?
This is my first win.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Arushi. Yes.
And she
All
gets
right.
it on an O.J. Simpson question.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
All right, here's your next question. Tommy used to work on the docks, and Gina works at the
Oh,
diner.
I know this.
In what Bon Jovi song? Arushi.
It's my life.
No.
It's now or
Hang
never.
Points
on.
for singing, but
Hang
no.
on. Hang on. Yeah.
I know this one. Tommy used to work on the docks. I don't know the song title though.
Laurel,
Living on a prayer.
you got it. That's right.
Oh man.
That was Arushi. Bonus points for singing.
But was it wrong? Were the lyrics wrong?
Is that the right song that she
Yeah,
was
it's the
singing?
wrong song.
It was the wrong
She was
song.
singing the wrong song.
Right artist, wrong song.
What song was she singing?
It's my life. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
10 years after leaving on a prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like all of our questions are too easy tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you think it's too easy.
Laura, what's the next question?
This 90s TV drama featured Dr. Joel Fleischman and other quirky residents of Sicily, Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
No idea.
Arushi.
No idea.
Ronald.
Nope.
Paul Cross.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I'm going to guess Northern Exposure.
That would have been my guess.
Yeah, Northern Exposure. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
See, the problem is Paul and I share a brain. I know all the ones Paul knows. Paul knows all the ones I know. So we're sharing a brain
You're
over
pretty
here.
much the same person.
We are the same person. There's no doubt about that.
Have you ever seen us in the same room together? No.
Oh, that's a good point.
Mm.
That is a very good point. All right. By what name was Australian actor Paul Hogan better known?
Oh, that's so easy.
Arushi.
I don't know.
Laurel.
Hulk Hogan?
Oh yeah.
That's
Not
a, look, that's a good guess, honestly. It's got the word Hogan in it.
Yeah.
Ronald, if you know it.
Crocodile Dundee.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Exactly.
This is a knife.
Yes. All right, Arushi, the next question.
Okay. In 2019, Donald Trump expressed interest in purchasing what territory from Denmark?
Oh, wow. Laurel?
I don't. We finally got a hard one. I don't know.
Ronald?
I don't know.
Paul Cross?
Is this something all of Arushi's generation would know? I have no idea.
Say, repeat the question.
In 2019, Donald Trump expressed interest in purchasing what territory from Denmark?
See, I want to say it's the Elephant Man's bones.
It's a territory.
Yeah, I know. That's Michael Jackson.
You have
Yeah,
no
Michael
idea.
Jackson did.
I have no idea. You have stumped
You have-
everybody.
I've
on our
heard this.
panel.
I don't remember.
I am so
wait,
happy.
wait. Greenland.
Yes.
Yeah, you know why I know that? Because Denise Kennedy Barrickman said it in the comment thread on our video.
Cheating. Denise, you have no idea how happy I was to finally stump these
You
guys.
did. No, you stumped us.
Who are ganging up on me.
No, come on now.
Knowing all the other answers.
Yeah, so Denise knew the answer. Wait, so Donald Trump wanted to buy Greenland?
That is correct.
And Greenland is a territory of who?
Denmark.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I knew that. Shit. Sheesh. I knew all those things, man. And more. I know so much more.
I learned about it on the Joe Kelley Show.
Yes, we learn things every night. All right, we will continue coming up in just a couple of minutes as we have our Friday night fun and games. By the way, I have looked into a trivia game that we could literally loop in every single one of our listeners to play through their phones with us at the same time. I can tell you right now, I looked at the budget for it. That ain't gonna happen. All right, unless we can figure out a way to get it a whole lot cheaper. We have a zero budget for this show. That's just how it works. We'll continue coming up straight ahead. Nobody go nowhere.
Joe, is there a way for me to mute this program with the camera? Because I was trying.
Good evening, 6:30 here at WDBO. Remember, the WDBO payroll payout is back. Make sure you have the WDBO app downloaded so you have a chance at winning $1,000 coming up Monday at 8 a.m. You could get paid just for listening to WDBO. Our top story: House Republicans say their new legislation on border security will be up for a vote in the House the same week that Title 42 ends. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan tells Fox's The Story with Martha McCallum what's in the bill.
It says if you come here and you're seeking asylum, you get to apply for asylum, then you're either going to be detained or you're going to be returned to Mexico. You're not going to be released. That is the fundamental difference from the previous administration under President Trump and this administration.
The Homeland Security Department says it's prepping for a border surge following Title 42's expiration by creating asylum application centers in Central America and reiterating that the border is closed. Bed Bath & Beyond filed for bankruptcy April 23rd, and it's expected to shutter stores by the end of June. Its coupons are no longer valid, but other retailers are trying to pull in those customers. ABC's Michelle Franzen.
Home goods store Bed Bath & Beyond announcing that it will not honor its own store coupons. The box chain store heading into bankruptcy after struggling to adapt to economic shifts following the pandemic. Two competitors now stepping in, offering to cross-honor those coupons. The Container Store and Big Lots say shoppers can present the 20% coupons through at least May 7th. As for gift cards and returns, you have until the end of June before Bed Bath & Beyond and Bye Bye Baby stores close. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
The Manhattan jury handling Ed Sheeran's alleged copyright infringement takes a break.
The jury hearing arguments over the singer's alleged copyright infringement is on break until Monday. The singer-songwriter's fourth day in court ended with a live performance after he defended his songwriting abilities. Sheeran is facing a $100 million lawsuit over allegations that this song, Thinking Out Loud, maybe, ripped off elements from Marvin Gaye's classic Let's Get It On. Sheeran says the 2014 hit Thinking Out Loud was a very collaborative effort with co-writer Amy Wedge. Sophie Diaz, WDBO 107.3 FM and AM 580.
Remember to have that WDBO app downloaded for your chance of winning $1,000 with the WDBO payroll payout coming up Monday morning at 8 a.m. It's 6:32 here at WDBO.
Yeah, I was talking, but I was hassling Arushi. She asks a lot of questions. A lot of questions.
Yeah, I can see. She's like running between rooms. She's being very active over there.
I know. She's wearing me out. She's like having a toddler in here. Why? Stop asking me why! So there's another SpaceX rocket that is about to launch, which is just blows my mind. There's another launch rocket on the launch pad ready to go. It'll be almost a little over an hour, like an hour and 10 minute separation.
So we'll take that one too?
No, because it's going to be at 7:30.
Oh, right.
And unless you want to stay late tonight.
That's not a me question.
That's true. Are you going to stand up?
Oh, I-4 westbound, still slow through Lake Mary.
The rest of this? No, you can. I just needed. Oh, it's exhausting. It's very exhausting. So, Frank, should we stick around and host the launch at 7:30? We usually leave at 7. All of us, everyone you see on screen makes a mad dash for the door at 7 p.m. Except for Paul Cross. He's already at home. So here's something that's really cool is we just aired the launch of a Falcon 9 rocket. And right now there is another rocket sitting on the launch pad, the Falcon Heavy, and that is scheduled for a 7:29 p.m. launch. So a little bit more than an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes separation between launches. This might be the closest ever of 2 consecutive launches out of Cape Canaveral. I mean, that is a really, really fast turnaround. They're obviously launching from different launch pads. They can't put a new rocket on that launch pad that quickly. But we're going to keep a close eye on this and let you know if the one that's going to take off at 7:29. That's a Falcon Heavy. It's a bigger rocket. It's got 2 boosters in addition to the main boosters. So technically 3 boosters, but 2 side boosters. And that is poised for blast off the Kennedy Space Center with a Viasat broadband satellite. Obviously, that's a heavier satellite, and it needs to go into a higher altitude orbit. That's why it needs the Falcon Heavy. So it's got 3 first-stage boosters to ride to high-altitude orbit, more than 20,000 miles over the equator. To give you an idea of the difference, 20,000 miles over the equator, the space station flies about 200 miles up into low Earth orbit. This one is going 20,000 miles. This is going quite a bit higher into orbit tonight. That is going to be one hell of a ride. It's been scrubbed a couple times already, and this is their effort to try to launch it here tonight. All right. In the meantime, let's get back to our Friday night trivia, our Friday night fun and games. And where did we leave off? Irushi, is it time for your question?
All right. Which popular HDTV home renovation show stars identical twins Drew and Jonathan Scott?
Okay. I love that show and I love those guys. Laurel, do you know the name of it?
No.
Ronald, do you know the name of it?
It's something Brothers. That's all I remember.
Property Brothers.
It's Property Brothers. Yeah.
That is correct.
All right. See, as a team, we can get this, right?
I would give you all a third of a point.
We all get
you all
partial
work
credit.
together.
And I love that everybody in the chat is also playing along as well. So that is kind of cool. All right. Laurel, your next question.
On this Disney show, a bear taught preschoolers exploration, imagination, and problem solving. What color was his big house?
A bear?
Oh, I know this.
A bear has a house?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
Okay, hang on. Arushi.
Paul knows it too.
Green?
No.
I feel like you're just guessing colors.
Yeah.
Yellow.
No.
I'm just guessing colors. Paul.
Yeah, my daughter, we used to watch this all the time. It's Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah.
Did you know that? I'm sorry, Ronald. I didn't mean to steal your thunder. I just thought Paul wouldn't know it.
Yeah, no, that's it.
So Ronald had it and Paul has it.
They still had a corner, at least until recently, in Disney and Hollywood Studios with Bear in the Big Blue House. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. I'll ask you the next question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who shot JR? Arushi.
Who's JR?
That's what I thought you'd say. Laurel.
Oh, I know it's a thing, and I don't know who.
Ronald.
No, I don't know. I don't remember.
Paul.
You're going to have to repeat that question. I'm sorry. I didn't hear the question.
Who shot JR?
Dallas. We even had a party. I was in high school. We had a party.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I cannot remember who actually shot JR. That's terrible.
Yeah. It was some Christine something. I saw the show
Oh my
recently.
gosh.
I saw a show recently on this.
It's Kristen,
Yeah.
JR's sister-in-law.
There you go.
Ronald, great job, man. I'm impressed. Very good.
Can
I
someone
think
tell
Paul
me?
Cross gets the assist on that for Ronald.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I laid it up there for you. You dunked
Yep.
it.
Arushi wants to know who JR is.
Yeah. Who?
Larry
Oh.
Hagman. It was a TV show called Dallas back in the 70s, early 80s.
80s,
Yeah.
yeah.
Late 70s, early 80s.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was a nighttime soap opera, and it was in fact the Who Shot JR episode was at one point one of the most watched television episodes ever. That and the finale of MASH. That was back when there's only 3 networks, and it was a little bit easier to be the most watched show. Now it's impossible to be the most watched show because there's thousands of networks, including the one that we're broadcasting on right now.
Streaming.
Streaming, right?
Yeah.
Exactly right. All right. Let's see, Arushi. What is our next question?
Name the NSA whistleblower who leaked thousands of U.S. classified documents and sought asylum in Russia.
I know that one. Laurel, do you know that one?
Oh, of course I do. And now his name is out of my brain.
Ronald?
I don't know. No.
Paul, I know you know it.
Yeah, Snowden.
Yeah, Edward Snowden.
That is correct.
Yeah, very nice. Woo! All right, let's check that triple team traffic with the aforementioned Paul Cross.
I mean, I got to work too.
Yeah, I
okay.
know. We all do.
I-4 is looking pretty good right now between
Better
Lake
promo,
Mary
combat.
and downtown. So we've cleared it out nice and easy since a little bit earlier today when it was still bunched up through Lake Mary. And we are still slow, though. Sand Lake to 535 and Osceola Parkway to 429. They still have that wreck on the 417 southbound right before the University Toll Plaza, but it is on the right shoulder. They're waiting for a wrecker to come and get the car out of there, but it's not causing any major problems. This report sponsored by Wendy's $3 breakfast deal. Get the Wendy's $3 breakfast deal. Choose either bacon or sausage, egg and Swiss croissant, plus a small seasoned potatoes for just $3. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. From the WDBO Triple Team Traffic Center, I'm Paul Cross. Now that close-up just killed me.
Yeah, they told me they're going to get me a better camera, Paul. And I'm like, no.
No,
that's
you know
fine.
what, Laurel, yours looks good. Mine's a laptop camera.
Yeah.
All right, it's Fox Across America with Jimmy Fallon. That's coming up tonight at 7 o'clock. Don't forget, starting Monday, the Joe Kelley Show is going to be weeknights from 5 till 7 p.m. I'm very excited about that. And I will, in the weeks ahead, I will fully explain the process behind the scenes that led to this programming change. My number one priority is to be honest and open and transparent with our listeners, with you who listen to us. And I want you to understand, exactly what led to the changes that we're making. And I will explain all of that in the days and weeks ahead as you're listening here to the Joe Kelley Show. Who's up next with questions? Is it Laurel? Is it your turn?
It's my turn.
Okay.
Secretary of State Madeleine Albright used what fashion accessory to conduct jewelry box diplomacy?
I think I know this one, but I don't know what it's called. Arushi, do you know?
Is it a Pearls? Necklace? I don't know.
It's a good guess.
No.
Is it? Ronald, do you know?
I don't know.
I think I know the word now. Can I say it before Paul Cross does? Paul Cross always gets the answers. Do you know the answer, Paul?
I can take a guess, but I don't know it.
I think it's a brooch. Brooch.
That's not what the answer says.
Clutch. I don't know. Clutch
It
purse.
says
I don't know.
stick pins.
Okay, how is a
Stick pin.
stick pin not a brooch? A brooch? Is that the right word?
And they thought,
Brooch?
okay, maybe
That's
maybe,
an old person's word.
What's the thing that so what are the things that women pin? Arushi, you're a woman.
Yes, it's
What-
a brooch.
like I'm not. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Brooch.
Hang on. Which one of you is more a woman?
Probably Laurel.
I mean, because one of you's got a lot of tomboy in her.
Okay, fine. Haskarushi.
Okay. So Arushi, for women who pin things onto their lapels, what's
Yes.
that called?
It is called a brooch.
Aha! It's a brooch.
Well, I'm just telling you what the card said. It
What
didn't
is-
say brooch.
What does it say again?
Stick pins.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's a brooch.
Fine, then you win. Congratulations, gold star.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm very happy with myself. All right, hang on. We'll wrap up our Friday night fun and games with our trivia questions and our live stream on the WDBO Facebook page. That'll hang on. Frank is now volunteering to be a live stream producer. Frank, you're hired. You absolutely are hired.
Just keep me out of the
hang on, we will
close-up.
continue with more trivia questions. So I got a fun one coming up next. I'm very excited about. So stay right there. Ba 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 ba. What's that? What? No, you're not the live stream producer. Okay, because it's still queued up and ready to go. Oh yeah, we'll have a couple questions. Yeah. So Arushi has a question that requires sound. So I've got some sound queued up. I don't know what the question is, but I know what the sound is. So hang on. Arushi, come back here so everybody can say hi. This is Arushi.
Hi.
I got the back there. The light was making you look. There you go. That's Arushi.
Apparently, I asked too many questions.
Oh my gosh, she's over here like, why? I'm like, stop! Why? I am so hungry. What are you guys having for dinner in the comments in the chat room? What's everybody having for dinner tonight? I forgot my second lunch. I feel like I'm on Lord of the Rings now with second breakfast. But I didn't. I usually have two lunches. I have a lunch when I get to work, usually around 10:30, 11 a.m. And then I have a second lunch around 4 p.m. or so. But I forgot my second lunch. I got too busy today. Ooh, chili. That sounds good. Zaxby's. I love fried chicken so much. You know, I think they closed the Church's fried chicken that's actually on Church Street and OBT. When I drove by a couple nights ago, it was closed. And that was disappointing to see. Yeah, we're gonna get multiple cameras, so we'll have that. Shrimp and tofu. All right, I'm not judging. Frozen pizza. Mark, we had frozen pizza 2 nights ago. You know what we like to do with the frozen pizza is and I'm sure you guys do this too, crock-pot tenderloin with cauliflower mash and salad. Dang, girl, Denise, you are really cooking a dinner. You're putting the rest of us to shame here. What was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, so we'll take frozen pizzas, but then we'll add extra ingredients to it. Like we'll put sliced mushrooms on it or pepperonis on it or pineapple. Sometimes we'll put pineapple on it. People get freaked out when you put pineapple on pizza. I don't. I love pineapple pizza. What is that? What is what? Hey, I'm wearing new slacks today. I found these and I've never worn them before. Well, that
Border
looks
towns
weird
are
now,
bracing
doesn't
for a
it?
surge of illegal immigration. In about 2 weeks, Title 42, the health rule used to expedite deportation, and several thousand migrants are estimated to be waiting in northern Mexico to cross the border.
Two.
U.S. regulators will take over First Republic Bank. They report that the FDIC will replace the troubled bank under receivership imminently. The outlet said that a source familiar with the matter noted the regulator feels that there isn't any more time for a rescue of the bank through private sector.
One.
A Supreme Court justice believes he knows who leaked the bombshell abortion draft ruling. Last year, Politico published a leaked draft of a Supreme Court opinion on a case that eventually led to Roe v. Wade being overturned. Months later, the Supreme Court said an internal investigation could not ID the leaker.
Okay, so let me answer your questions. Karen asks, how's my spine situation today? So they removed my spinal implant because it was temporary. And so now I have pain once again, which stinks. But I'm kind of glad that I have pain now because it really shows to me that the spinal implant was working. And so I'm going to have a spinal implant permanently installed or implanted in June. So I have to wait till June. Jude asks, why don't I have wireless headphones like Mark K? I don't know. Honestly, these aren't my normal headphones. I broke my normal headphones a week ago, and I'm trying to not buy new things. In fact, I went home and I said to my wife, I said, I need new headphones. And she goes, this is so classic. I love how she asked. My wife says, do you want new headphones or do you need new headphones? Oh. Thank you so much for joining us here on a Friday night. I'm Joe Kelley. Coming up Monday, I should say, on May 1st. Join me from 5 till 7 p.m. As we are expanding the show, rebranding it, the Joe Kelley Show. And look for the podcast, the Joe Kelley Show podcast. It's a different podcast than I've had before, so we've rebranded the podcast. And coming up next week, I'll explain all this to you. I'll explain why we're doing what we're doing coming up next week. All right, Arushi, I think you have the next question for us.
All right. Which 2016 U.S. presidential candidate famously called the opposition's supporters, quote, deplorables?
Is there anybody who doesn't know that?
Exactly.
Everybody knows that.
Oh, come on. It wasn't a hard one?
No, that was not a difficult question.
Not if you've been in news talk.
So that really was that and a number of other things did, but that was the thing that really caused her a whole lot of problem when she said that. All right, I got your next question. Are you ready? What is Dr. Ruth's last name? Arushi.
What show?
Yeah, that says everything you need to know. Yeah.
I was hoping she would say Doctor Who. Now, I want to point out, this does not mean that Arushi is not smart. Arushi is one of the smarter people I know, but she's younger. She's in her, I don't know, she could be 12. I have no idea how old Arushi is.
Just getting younger by the day.
Oh, she drove here.
Okay, so she's at least 16.
Exactly.
So she's young. What about you, Laurel? Do you know what Dr. Ruth's last name is?
I don't know. I know Doctor, but I don't know her last name.
Ronald, do you know?
I've always known her as Dr. Ruth.
Paul Cross, I know you know.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, Westheimer, right?
Westheimer. She's
Dr.
German.
Ruth Westheimer. She hang on. Hey, Google, is Dr. Ruth Westheimer still alive?
According to Wikipedia, Westheimer still lives in the cluttered 3-bedroom apartment on 190th Street in Washington Heights, where she raised her 2 children
The
and
address
became
and
famous
everything?
in that order. I
Yeah.
also found an answer to this question.
No.
Ruth Westheimer.
No. 6 questions on the air. No, stop. Oh my gosh. So Dr. Ruth Westheimer lives in a crowded apartment.
I didn't understand.
Hey, Google, stop. We need to get a
I love
camera
live
on
radio.
We need to get a camera on Google as well, don't we?
Yeah.
So did we answer it? We did, right? Laurel, next question.
My first wife was Carrie Fisher, and I married Eddie Brickell in 1992. Who am I? Edie Brickell.
Edie Brickell.
Thank you. I knew I was saying it wrong.
Edie
And the new
Brickell's
Bohemians.
I was gonna say Edie
Yeah.
Brickell is a singer. I didn't know who Eddie Brickell was, but once you said Edie Brickell, I'm like, oh, that's that singer. I know her. Wait, so okay, now could you kindly repeat the question now that we have the names right?
Okay, this person's first wife was Carrie Fisher, and then they married Edie Brickell in 1992. Who is it?
Arushi.
Do I get points for knowing who Carrie Fisher is?
No.
Oh, then no.
Okay. Ronald.
Paul Simon?
Yes, Paul Simon.
Wow.
Very good.
Paul Simon is married to Edie Brickell?
I know
He
he was
has been
married.
since 1992. It's been a
They're-
long time.
They're
Wow.
still married?
Yes. Yes,
Hey,
they are.
Google. Who's married to Paul
Oh,
Simon?
gosh.
Paul Simon has been married to Edie Brickell since 1992.
Who said that?
Eddie
Paul, you
Brickell.
said Eddie Brickell.
Shush. Ronald knew it. Give Ronald a point.
All right, last question. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
No.
On the TV show Dallas, I'm going back to
Aw,
Dallas.
Oh my God.
Man.
What was the name of the Ewing's family ranch?
Don't even come to
Oh.
me.
Arushi.
No.
Come on,
I
Arushi.
refuse.
Laurel.
I don't know. Diamond Star.
Diamond Star? No. Ronald.
No, I don't know.
Paul Cross, you know it.
I don't remember it.
South Fork Ranch.
wouldn't
And
have gotten that.
I will tell you, I've been there. It's not actually in Dallas. It's actually in Fort Worth. And in the show, it looks gigantic. In person, it looks quite a bit smaller.
You
But
picked
now,
that because that was a Texas question?
yeah. And
Mm.
now they rent it out for weddings and such. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for listening. Thanks for joining us in the chat room. Thank you so much for being a part of WDBO. And I'll see you Monday night, 5 till 7 p.m. right here on WDBO. Hey, thanks you guys so much for watching. We promise we're going to get a lot better in the future here, and we'll have more to offer on the video so that it's nightly entertainment for you. But thank you guys so very much. We really, really do appreciate it.
The
Have a
new
great
scene or is
weekend.
it
Have a
live?
safe weekend, and we will see y'all
It should
next
be
week.
in the videos reported on.
Okay.